I am so happy. We are going to have a conversation with Char here, and some of you know her already and have heard from her. She has spoken at River City before, and we love it whenever we can get her in person. But also one of the things we admire about her is that she's been devoted to her home church since she was little. Salvation and Deliverance started here in Westmount Park, and so they got Pastor Appreciation Day today, so we would never want to get in the way of that, of course. So we're going to do this via video, reintroduce you to Char. So Char, glad to have you here again. We had you do this last time you were here, but maybe you could just give the quick version again. Like, so now you're doing all these roles currently, and we'll get to that in a minute, but like, I feel like your story of how you ended up in leadership here is kind of a fun one, of starting as a student and now being in senior leadership. You want to give us like the quick story on that again?
Yeah, so I started in Harambe when I was 16 years old.
So define Harambe again, just so everybody remembers that.
Harambe is the tuck pointing program that's like outside of River City, one of our apprenticeship programs from kids 12 to 18 that they can work and learn the skill of tuck pointing. But all of that I didn't know when I like signed up at 16. I just saw the money and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for that. Yeah. So I did that, met Anthony and Michelle, and I guess they saw something different in me. And then after my first summer, I was a junior crew leader right off back. But my age qualifications never like matched up with like what was exactly supposed to happen. So I knew like my life was moving forward. So after junior crew leader, I was assistant. So I started gaining more responsibility with the kids. And then just summer of 2021, I became like the official like director over the whole Harambe program. So I was glad to be somebody who like grew up in it, and then to keep it going on.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, love that.
So you mentioned you're directing Harambe now, which is an enormous initiative all in of its own. I think you're playing some additional roles in our city right now too. What else are you doing right now?
So right now, I started in September. I am the acting director of staff here, so leading people that are very older than me. So that was something that was new, but again, Beth really saw something different, that like I can be one with the staff and like be present to be able to step in for her while she's out, which I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, we're grateful for you. You're a wonderful leader. So one of the things we've been doing kind of in this stretch, we're doing a series on community right now at River City, and then of course today's our City Sunday. But one of the things that we're trying to highlight for folks is that, you know, for a number of people, their involvement in this building, in this community, is Sunday morning heavy, right? They're here for Sunday morning service, but it's pretty difficult to fully appreciate how much happens here all during the week. One of the things we often talk about is it kind of feels like we have a weekday congregation and then a weekend congregation, and of course we'll do this at the end. We're always trying to find ways to bring them together in meaningful ways. But one of the things that's helpful for, I think, the Sunday congregation is just to get a sense of what happens in this building throughout the course of a week. So can you just be kind of like a de facto tour guide for us and like take us through some of the different things that on a given Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, what's happening in this building?
Yeah. So we operate after school programming from kids anywhere from pre-K to high school. Also even after high school. So for our pre-K to fifth grade, we have our Dream Builders program. So they meet every day 3:30 to 6 from Monday through Friday, and they are also taking up the spaces in like the back classrooms where each mentor gets to have a group of like 5 or less kids that they get to hone in one-on-one and do different crafts and activities and things like that. So the kids are really liking like the small group more because they get to they start calling themselves stuff. They start making signs that like only people from the yellow room can come in here. So it's like they wanted to like they're all making it their space. And then we have our peace builders that usually use more of the front like lobby area. And those people age from ranges 6th grade to high school. We have like, it stopped at freshmen, so 9th grade, so 6th to 9th grade, which usually we have never had this before where we have high schoolers still want to be in like the kid program inside. They usually do Harambe or print shop, but like our high schoolers just graduated from 8th grade. They still like want to be here and come around. So that's like a good sign for us. And then going up the step, we have print shop that operates in the carriage house in the lot. That is also high school. So that's right now from freshman to senior year. And they operate Mondays and Wednesdays, and they're here till almost like 8:30 at night.
And what do they do at Print Shop?
So that right now they're screen printing our like Christmas sweatshirts. So we give out sweatshirts for the kids every year for Christmas, and the print shops get to design their own logo. So which that is really cool that the kids get a piece of the program that they get to have
Maybe
as a
like
gift.
That we could sell some at church too.
Oh yeah.
That would be great. Seriously, we'd love to like support that.
Yeah, we can. I can let them know.
Yeah, we should do
Cause
a Print Shop Sunday.
Yeah,
If we can, in the
a little
fall.
campaign.
Yeah.
So they're making like right now it's like a blank Our City logo with like earthy colors and one letter or something is just plain. So it's not too crazy that I think everybody can be able to wear it. And then we have Harambe that operates Monday through Friday. And we start in the building in our Harambe building next door. And then we have them go out to the job site. So right now we're doing basically pro bono project for an elderly woman right off Chicago Avenue in Christiana. So we're going over there, and that's like a $20 project. So sometimes we don't get even like market rate work for the stuff that we do, but it's like still so grateful to us that somebody letting us come out and do their home. And she was like grateful that the kids can be out there and do it. And she checks on them every day, which is really great. But they're here so always to like 8 o'clock at night from Monday to Thursday. And then we do life skill classes on Fridays from 4:30 to about 5:30, where right now we're learning about money management because everybody needs to learn about money. And then on Thursday nights as well, Benjamin and I do a youth group for teenagers from the church and then also teenagers from Harambe to have that balance and that mix because they don't have, besides Harambe, they only have work. That's the program that we can offer for them is just work. But for a youth group, we get to talk about stuff that's going on in life, school, our spirituality, and we just get to go out and explore Chicago and have fun. And the kids are really liking it. I'm enjoying it. And we're also trying to develop it, another like side of it to be able to go with our middle schoolers that are in like 6th to 8th grade to see how we can reach them on that like spiritual level, and then also be able to just come and talk about life and have fun a couple times out the month. So that's a lot of programs that I just named, but we are using this space and using it well, and we're so grateful to have it.
Thank you. So that painted a really compelling picture. So if you were walking around in the classrooms, you might see kind of the younger kids in their small groups, color-coded, so that they've got a sense of team or belonging. The front area, kind of some of the older kids, after-school stuff, Harambe, which I don't remember that. This is the tuck pointing between brick, right? That's what they did, what they fixed in the house, like literally rebuilding their neighborhood, right? Print shop. Life skills, that's so wonderful.
We're also using the outside lot area a little more. We have picnic tables out there, so the little kids can just come in and eat their snack outside. They can play with the basketball rims out there, or they ride the scooters out there. So we're just using every inch of this space that we can.
Thank you, Shar. Yeah, it's really inspiring when you hear the ways you guys are maximizing every inch of this place, which was always part of the vision of this. We said that there could not be any space in this building that had only one purpose, that everything had to be multi-purpose and able to be used for the neighborhood. So thank you for sharing that with us. Maybe you can give us a little bit, this is maybe more of a gift to the church, and then we'll ask how we can support y'all at our city. But on the church side, one of the things we've been stressing kind of in this series is one of the reasons we have the budget we do is because we have to invest a lot into this literal physical space. And it's not, not to diminish how maybe another church would do it, but a lot of times when church spaces are built, it's 100% to kind of accommodate the needs of the church congregation. And for us, we've really said, no, we want this to be a gift offering to the neighborhood, and not just guessing at like this was built in response really to children, teens, families, connected to Cameron. Sorry, that's a long setup to the question, but so that's one of the things we're reminding our congregation is that there's this relationship together, like where you all, we just couldn't do, you all are the hands and feet on the ground, right? And the extension of this work. And then we're connected to y'all in the building is one of the places where we're really connected and merged. And so I guess maybe if you could just help us understand, I think the Sunday congregation can understand how this building is used on a Sunday. We don't really need you probably speak to that, but if you could just kind of speak to, like, what does this building represent for the community? Like, you're from the community, you live in the community, you lead young people in the community. When you think of, like, what this space represents to the community, just kind of what comes to mind for you?
Yeah, I really think that this space is like a second home to a lot of our kids, a lot of our families. Like they know when they're like experience crisis or anything, that they know that like we're always here, or they know our numbers that they can call and reach us. And I think it's just the outlet from Cameron. Even though we're like so closely connected to Cameron, I worked at Cameron before. Beth worked at Cameron. One of the mentors here that's leading the Dream Builders program, she works there. But we like let them know, like, whatever your day looked like at school, you get a fresh start when you come here, or whatever it looked at home, you get a fresh start when you like come in the door, because we don't know what happened. So we want to just like be that support for them once they enter the doors at 3:15, once they come from their school day, because a lot of stuff can go on at home or in school, and we want them to know that they can come here and we can just be the peace. And sometimes this building really represents peace. Even for me, like, so much can be going on at home, and I know I can just come in my office, turn my music on, do whatever, and just do my work. My work can be going to utilize and help out homeowners. The work that I do can help kids get jobs. So I know if I'm not helping myself, I'm like helping somebody. Yeah. And then down the line, it helps lift my spirit. So I think a lot of us know that like we can come here. It's not a traditional workspace, but like we know that we're coming and we're working towards a common goal of all of us trying to reach the needs of the youth. And I think we wouldn't be able to do it without this space and this building. And the kids know, we had kids here yesterday, even though they had no school. And when it's no school, we have no programming. But some of the mentors like came and did like pumpkin decorating and things like that with the kids. And they were able to do that in this space. And like, you can't do everything like that. Like even at certain churches, there's carpet everywhere, and we wouldn't even be able to do as much stuff as we do if we didn't have this space and be able to utilize it like that.
Thank you so much, Shar. Is there anything else you'd want to say before we wrap up this?
No, I just thank you for letting me come and to share. And I will see you guys soon in the flesh.
Yeah. Well, we see you, we honor you, we affirm you, Shar. You are such a gift to the church, to the community, to the neighborhood. We're thankful for the ways you're using your leadership for the cause of Christ and for building the beloved community. So thank you. We're so grateful for you. So thank you for this time with us.